Have you ever wondered what would happen if, instead of the Clock Titan, the Tri-Titan existed in the Skibidi Multiverse? What are the potential changes it would bring to the power scaling? And, in general, how would it affect the entire story? Well, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, the first parts of the episodes would pretty much be the same. The camera Titan's infection, the speaker trying to uninfect him, and all that. But in this scenario, we would replace every part that the Clock Titan played in the series with the Tri-Titan, which, you know, it would be no joke, right? Anyways, so, the first time we saw the Clock Titan was in episode 3, when he obliterated the poor mutants, clearing the episode effortlessly. So, for this case, the Tri-Titan would appear instead, but at his base form. Despite being in this form, these mutants don't even stand a chance in hell against him. The Tri-Titan would totally obliterate these mutants at the base, pounding down all these mutants effortlessly without breaking a sweat. We can see that the scientist is among the threats here, but bro literally has plot armor. He'll eventually find a way to escape before he gets squashed by the Tri-Titan. Also, the Clock Titan found some basic mutants, clearing them, although in this scenario, it's faster for the Clock Titan due to his time abilities. But the Tri-Titan would still be able to do justice. You may be thinking that the Magnet Mutant would not exist here, but since the Clock Agents still exist, and large agents like the Future Clockman would be a huge threat, the Skibidis would still need the mutant to fend off any Clock Agents trying to play heroes. So, the Titan, while clearing the base of mutants, would be attacked by the Scientist and the Magnet Mutant. But despite all their efforts to subdue him, it'll be in vain, as the Tri-Titan's armor is just too strong for the parasite to penetrate, and it would eventually get crushed. The Scientist and Magnet Mutant would have to be extremely careful or face instant obliteration with just one blow. Although the infected camera Titan would come to aid, it would be to no avail because the Tri-Titan is just too durable for those levels of attack, even at base form. Unluckily for the Magnet Mutant, he'll eventually catch a jab from the Tri-Titan, and that would be the end as he's squashed instantly. Seeing this, the Scientist and the camera Titan would flee for their safety. Although here, the camera is still infected, and this is definitely not good for the Alliance. So, they'll have to go on a rescue mission. The priority would be to find the location of the infected camera Titan. They'll take drastic actions, even interrogating a toilet with 100% emotional damage, and legends have it he never recovered. However, they'll get the information about the location and get introduced to the drill race with their Titan. The Alliance would go on to attack the base with full force to liberate the camera Titan. Of course, they would go with the Tri-Titan, and obviously this would make things easier for the Alliance as immobilizing him would no longer be a problem. They just need to clear the base and get hold of him. With this, the Tri-Titan and other agents together would disinfect the camera Titan, getting a huge win for the Alliance. So, with this, they would all move on to the next episodes, which, with the Tri-Titan, would be GG for the mutants. Although the Skibidis would still plan their ambush, just like in the original story, with the Tri-Titan, the mutants would be crushed to dust. In the original, the Drill Titan was held in time by the Scientist, which led to him blowing himself up. But since the Tri-Titan is in this scenario, the Titans would be in good shape, as they only retreated because they were fatally damaged due to intense battles. In this case, they would be able to stand their ground against the mutants, and eventually, if the Scientist appears and sees the Tri-Titan, bro would really use a U-turn at this moment. He'd have to find a way to retreat or he'll be cooked. Notice here that, since the Drill Titan is not damaged, he'll still be at base form to continue to the next episodes. So, for the next episodes with the Tri-Titan, it would be a total bully. The Skibidis would be totally afraid of the Tri-Titan and would be working on a plan to handle him or find his weaknesses. However, the Scientist and Pennywise would attack the speaker and camera Titan. While the battle rages on, the Drill Titan would join in, making it a lot easier. But when the Scientist sees that the Titan has arrived, he'd scramble away, leaving behind the Pennywise toilet to be decapitated by the Titans. So I guess that was the unfortunate end of Pennywise, as he was bullied and violated by the Alliance Titans. With these mutants out of the way, the Skibidis would have a surprise for them, the Kamikaze Mutants. This time, since they know the threats are bigger, they'd add more mutants and acid to create a more massive explosion. When the Titans notice this, the camera Titan activates his shield and protects the other Titans. But the Tri-Titan is definitely larger in size, and you don't expect him to fit in such a small space with the Titans. So the acid kamikaze would rain down on him, but the other Titans are saved. When the smoke clears out, the Tri-Titan just sustained minor injuries and is still in good shape. However, he'll still have to go for minor repairs at the base, so the rest of the Titans would move on to the next episodes. The message would come in that the clock base is under attack with the SCP toilets and they have planted a bomb. So the agents would have to stall enough for the Titans to arrive at the base. The Tri-Titan returning back to base means the Alliance is in luck, right? So the SCP toilets would get cooked by the Tri-Titan at the base. When the other Titans arrive at the scene, the Tri-Titan would have already taken care of the SCP toilets. They'll only meet a pile of junk and debris from the battle, but as the agents regroup, they would receive a message about the nukes and the Titans would go on to attack the base, except for the Tri-Titan, who's getting repaired due to all these battles and intense fighting. So they move on to the base, and with the help of the Titans, the agents would suffer fewer losses. They'll eventually overpower the mutants and take over the base, disabling the nukes. But Alpha would have formed an alliance with the Skibidis in an attempt to take over the clocks, but she'll be confident in the Counter-Titan's abilities against the Tri-Titan. Her aim would be to capture the Tri-Titan and use him against the Alliance. With this, I guess the drill race would still survive, and the drill Titan is even still at base form. So Alpha would be focused mainly on getting hold of the Tri-Titan. The Skibidis would launch an attack on the clock base with the sole aim to capture the Tri-Titan, and the Alliance would act fast, clearing multiple mutants and toilets. But we would get to see the scientist, and the Titans would attack him. While they are battling against the scientist, Alpha would appear, talking about how she'll take over their world. So she'll summon the Counter-Titan and order him to attack the Titans. The Titans would have no choice but to hold their ground, although at the base, the Tri-Titan would have completed his final stages of repairs. So the battle against the Counter-Titan would rage on, with the Titans getting injured and losing most of their upgrades, especially the Drill Titan, still at base form. But we would then see the epic entrance of the Tri-Titan, and he'll be way bigger than the Counter-Titan. But the Counter-Titan obviously does not care, so he'll go on the attack against the Tri-Titan, using the weapons he copied from the other Titans to land blows on him. This battle would be balanced, with each side holding their own, as the Counter-Titan's durability would speak for him. But everything would change when the Tri-Titan gets sick of it and uses his transformation. I guess it's GG for the Counter, right? Because his durability has been amped up and he now has access to his gravity manipulation abilities and massive attack potency. With this, the Tri-Titan would be able to immobilize the Counter-Titan, pinning him down and eventually raining down a barrage of attacks. With enough effort, I don't think, since he can't move, the Counter-Titan would not be able to evade all of these. So with that, the Counter-Titan would meet his shameful defeat. While Alpha tries to retreat, she'll be captured by the Tri-Titan and eventually get smoked. So this would be a huge win for the Alliance, but they know that a bigger threat lies beyond. They would have heard about the G-Man apocalypse, so the other Titans would go for upgrades to be able to withstand the massive battles ahead. With the Tri-Titan on the Alliance's side, the mutants at the Skibidi space would obviously be light work, and the Titans' upgrades would come in handy. So they'll be able to clear them more easily and faster. But the Skibidis would not give up yet. They'll try to stall them enough for the G-Man to be ready. So, unlike in the original, there'll be more mutants. But with the Tri-Titan, there's no amount of mutants that would matter. They'll all be cleared, and all the plans to immobilize him would fail drastically. But this scenario can go two ways. The Titans with the Tri-Titan catch up at the Skibidis base in time to disable the G-Man and destroy the base, taking the win. But how about the Sinister? Well, I guess they are still cooked. But there are more win conditions here. Or, the G-Man still awakens, and the Titans get cooked while the Tri-Titan battles with the Sinister. Either way, it still means that the Alliance is cooked, because without the time abilities of the Clock Titan, there's no way the Titans would be able to survive the nuke from the G-Man. But honestly, I think I'll go with the first scenario, because G-Man would just be overkill. And who knows, the future Clockmen may be able to do something against the Sinister, but nah, they are still cooked. However, check out this video to see what would happen if Dom's Titans never existed in the series. Unique Clockman out!